in the gym and in the car. With our advice, you could go far. We fuck things up and we make mistakes. We talk about our sexy dates. We host events and we go to clubs. But most of all, we're still in love. It's getting hard for this to rhyme just as well. Cause it's bed hopping time. It's bed hopping time.
Hello and welcome to the Bed Hoppers podcast. My name is Mr. H.
I am Mrs. H.
Thank you very much for joining us today. We hope that you have had, if you celebrate, a very Merry Christmas.
I hope so too.
And if you're listening during the summer, we hope you had a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate in the last Christmas, or if you're listening in like early December, we hope you have a great Christmas.
This is true. I forgot people may not listen to it at the time.
No, they may not listen to it as we're talking.
It's Boxing Day.
It is
The day that no one knows what to do about.
So we thought we'd jump on the mics and record an episode because, well, let's face it, the kids aren't in at the moment.
Yeah.
The pets are chilling out.
Maybe.
In theory, there may be...
We've done some Stranger Things.
Yeah, we've done some...
No, as in
not with
we've
the
watched
pets.
some Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's, you know, and when this came out, Stranger Things was a big thing. So if you're listening to this in 20, 30 years' time...
It's like a time capsule.
Maybe it is.
Stranger Things 5 ended this year.
It did.
It's going to end on New Year's Eve.
We've got 2 episodes to go. We've got the last one of this batch and then the one that comes out on New Year's Eve or whatever.
Finale.
Yeah, the big finale.
Before
So
we take it back and shoot it.
But yeah, we may watch that and go, you know what, that Stranger Things was a massive pile of shit.
Oh,
but
I'm invested.
I hope they stick the landing. It's important that they stick the landing to me. I have been looking forward to this and fingers crossed it goes well.
This is not a film review podcast, by
No,
the way.
it is not.
In case you're wondering.
It really isn't. So that's why we've got some stuff to talk about. So I am going to curate...
Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to use that word really.
You do? Okay.
Curate a journey through 2025. Like, what are your highlights? What are your favourite things? That kind of stuff.
I can't remember anything about 2025. We're still in it.
Well, what are we looking forward to in 2026?
Yeah.
And then talk a little bit about our kind of plans over the next couple of weeks and stuff, because that's on our mind as well.
Do you know, for the last sort of few years, maybe 4 years or so,
yeah,
I've kept getting through the year and thinking, oh, I'm so glad to see the back of that year because something biblically shit has happened.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I'm actually not getting to the end of 2025 and going, I can't wait to see the back of that year because I've had some really lovely times this year.
think this year has been, it's been a mixed bag for me.
Because that's a year always is. But
I think in the grand scheme of things, it's seen some relationships get much, much better.
Yeah.
It's seen some relationships fall off.
Okay.
Which is part of the, part of being a human. But I think for the most part, there haven't been any sort of at-home disasters that are waiting to hit us. And I'm kind of, we've had quite a lot of those. I think we had a lot of throughout 2025. Let's just chuck in 25, right? And see how we feel. So I think looking back, we did some fun stuff. We had lots of travels. We didn't get out to the UK that much. So I think there wasn't as much sort of going to UK based clubs, but we travelled and we went to Thailand.
Got on a lot of planes.
And we got on a lot of planes and we went to Cap d'Agde in France. And that was a fun experience. Now that we know what it is and how it works or whatever, that was we've got that and we have that knowledge. But I think this year has mostly been, looking back, right, the sort of the evolution of solo play for us, but also the sort of targeted what the fuck do we do with menopause year.
Oh, yeah, it has been a year of menopause shit, but we've made some progress.
I think, well, the challenge is that at the moment, we seem to be winning that battle.
We do. Will enter the phase of not enjoying the side effects, but at the moment I'm in a high.
Yeah.
Because it's doing what it needs to do before it gets intolerable.
And I think because things are pretty good at the moment, albeit, at some point in the near future, you'll kind of ebb off the testosterone and then probably go back on it. I think actually much of the year was spent trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. But at the moment, I've completed Pornhub 5 times just in the last 2 weeks. So it's all good.
That is true. So, I think there's been some really fun, sexy developments. We've developed some really great relationships with people. We've continued to have great relationships with friends like Secret Stag and Secret Vixen, and our single lady friends have been, all of those have deepened and become absolutely fantastic. And I think that's been a real positive. The flip side is for much of the year, there was a focus on trying to figure out this menopausal sex drive thing. Libido, yeah.
My mojo.
Living the libido, which is a lot harder to say than I anticipated.
My mojo. Yeah.
Living libido mojo.
Yeah.
Libido mojo. I can't even do it now. Anyway, so that there's been a chunk of that. I think the relationship stuff has been really good. I think there have been some relationships that have just kind of fallen away for us. And I think that's just a natural part of, like
life.
I said, being human and life and that's something. I think we kind of, towards the end of the year, we pulled it back together again in terms of looking at doing more events and organising more stuff. So that was quite nice. I think, my favourite ones that we've done in a long time were the reassembled one, which was in Birmingham. That went really, really well. That was just us sorting that out.
All the karaoke.
And I feel like that was an absolute return to like what we do best in that sort of environment. And then we had right at the back end of the year, we also had the Thrifty Shades of Grey. And I think which was our free event. And the whole thing was designed to give back to the community, like by encouraging people to buy charity-based, clothing or recycle outfits. We weren't
not
charging
spend
for
any
it.
money,
Not spend
much money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously spend money at the bar, but I think for me that felt like a really nice thing to do. And I think it was a smaller event. I mean, it was like 60 odd people, so it wasn't like tiny, but it was a bit more condensed. And I think it worked really well. And I've ended the year with quite a high as a result, because I think, if I look back, we've had all the struggles. There was the weird Cap Dag sort of thing where that really came to a head. We've been tackling the medical things, all that sort of stuff. But actually, the reassembled piece leading into the Thrifty has really, really brought the year home for me.
Yeah, it's elevated it. I agree.
And I think the other thing that's been really interesting is that we've really, really developed some nice relationships with people, like our single lady friend, and like we should probably give a superhero, also lady friends, we should give some superhero names too, and Secret Stag and Secret Vixen. That's continued, and I think that's been like a real high for me for the year. I think, but that does kind of mask all of the stuff that happened before, and not that it was like a struggle. I think, but because all of those things seem to have come together, particularly towards the end of the year, it feels like a real power move. This is great.
No, I agree with you, and I don't want the low points to define our year anyway. And they're going to happen, because life happens. And just because we happen to, adopt a non-monogamous relationship, it's quite interesting when you talk about relationships that ebb away. When you're looking at it through the lens of an unorthodox relationship like ours, you can't help but go, oh, is this because we're swingers that this, that we feel this or this is happening? But actually, like you say, it happens no matter what you do and what you're doing in life. It's just we're looking at it through a different lens, I think.
I think you're right. And over the course of the year, there have been a couple of couples that we've gotten to know better, which has been really positive. I think what went wrong for the year for me is, there's been the medical stuff. There's been sort of us trying to get our shit together. And I think, we'd kind of started the year sort of, trying to get out more, trying to meet new people. And we did that, a little bit of that, but we still notoriously bad at going to events and speaking to new people. And if I cast, my mind back, only a few weeks ago, we went to an event and I don't think we spoke to one or two people really, in terms of people that we hadn't already had some sort of connection with. And for me, I feel like we just need to get a bit better at that. And I do want to get back out. And I say this probably every year, but particularly now that the sort of big travel is done, like this year, as we get into 26, I kind of want to look into going around the UK a bit more and making the most of some of the new clubs, particularly up north, that have turned up and kind of, that we haven't explored. In fact, we haven't been to a club with just us for a while. And I think that might be something that we explore. But I'm also like really conscious that is becoming more not your thing.
No, I'd agree. So you don't have to do something just because we haven't done it.
No, but I like the the us going on an adventure. I like the us getting in the car or on a plane if we're lucky, or a train or whatever, and going up there and just testing the metal a bit and just being a bit like, hey, we're doing a fun thing. We're in an adventure together. The challenge I find is that I also have amazing friends who I want to spend time with
Exactly.
and want to have sexy times with as well. So it's getting that balance right. But I do think that I would like to go out there more, but I think you don't care, I think is probably the nicest way of putting it in that way. Like if other people are coming along, you're interested and you're vested.
Yeah.
And if they're people that you like, you're very vested or whatever. Not that we hang around with people we don't like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But actually, they go into a social event or a club night or whatever where there aren't people that we know so well.
Mm-hmm.
I think your interest is kind of, it's not minus figures, but
It doesn't match yours because I think I place more value on the friendships and relationships I already have.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm probably not that invested in making an effort to find new ones because I like the ones I have. Now, I understand that, those would never have existed in the first place had we not gone out and found them.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand all that. But equally, time is short and I truly value the time when people make the effort to free up the time to come and see us. I value that more.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So that's probably why I'm more invested in just deepening the ones that we have rather than going out to find new ones. But, I accept that we may never quite see the same way on that.
I think this is
nothing.
Well, it's not a bad thing, but at the same point, I think it makes me feel like we fail a bit when we do go out to socials and stuff.
I don't feel that.
I know you don't because you don't want to actually go and talk to people.
It's not that I don't want to.
That you don't know.
It's not even that I don't want to. It's not a conscious, I'm not going to do it. It's just more, I just end up finding more value talking to the people I'm already there with.
Yeah.
That's all. And if I happen to find new people through osmosis, great. But I enjoy spending the time with the people I'm already there with. That's probably where my focus hits.
I totally get that. I like meeting the new people, the adventure and the thrill that comes with that. And I think we've kind of got to learn to balance that. And I think when we go to events in like 26, I think it's a bit of kind of figuring out what is the drive for this particular event. And I think, in my head, it might well be if it is a local event, then we're just basically, it's like, okay, we're going to talk to the people that we know. And if we speak to anyone else, we're not going to go necessarily driving to do that.
Right.
But if it's further afield, I think we're going to have to make that effort.
Unless we happen to go with a bunch of people we know.
Yeah, well, and there we go. And therein lies the challenge, I think. What about you though? For 25, what's been the highlights?
Well, it'd be remiss of me to not put my trip to Paris up there.
Oh yes,
because Pokemon are life. Not just because I went to play Pokemon, although that was a very exciting time. But I'm just really pleased with the way that we've navigated some separate adventures.
Okay.
And if I sort of go back 4 or 5 years, maybe even less than that, I think, we would have both absolutely freaked out at the idea of going separate ways and pursuing solo things.
Even a couple of years ago, I think it would have been a stretch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would have absolutely unraveled us because we're both so, invested in protecting our bubble. And that's exactly what we should do. Of course it is. But we've proven that I think we can enjoy separate time apart and come back together and still be intact and still very much want to be together, and we haven't broken. So I'm really proud of us for stepping outside our comfort zone and exploring it, because I think it's led to some really fun times for us both.
Now I've got a question. Do you prefer solo meets now?
No. I sound unsure because it's not an easy black and white answer.
Okay.
I don't prefer them. I find a lot of value in them.
Okay.
I think you do too. But I still very much value the experiences, the shared experiences we have with existing relationships that we do enjoy having.
Okay.
But I think we both probably get so much out of the separate play that it's hard not to look forward to them in some way. But I don't prefer them. And I wouldn't want to have one or t'other. I like them both. And I do very much value the time that we spend as a 4 or more when we do have the opportunities to do that.
Okay.
But it's given me, and I suspect you, I'm not going to speak for you, but I'm going to make an assumption, different aspects of play that you wouldn't necessarily find in a group situation, because there's a lot going on and you can't devote time one-on-one to certain people or just to get what you need.
No, I agree.
So I think they're very, very different dynamics. And I think we probably both approach our solo adventures in a slightly different way as well. If you really wanted to unpick it.
Yeah.
We probably both have different needs or different approaches. But that's not to say one or the other is right or wrong. It's just our preference is. But I think it takes the pressure off because we both end up having a good time. And it's nice kind of getting back with you afterwards. And sometimes those reconnections kind of involve other people anyway. So I feel like we're getting the best of both. I wouldn't want to replace what we have with just solo play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would be the way forward. I don't see us going that way. But I like the fact that we're doing quite a lot of it and we're always making sure it's okay with each other before we do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's working well for us.
I still think there is an awkwardness to asking, I think. And I think, because I feel sly asking.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Maybe you have a guilty conscience there.
I do have a
What are you
guilty
up to?
conscience. I'm always, you know what I'm
Well,
like.
should I be asking?
Well, there is, I am one of those people that if like a manager sends me a meeting request without telling me what it's about, I will
So you're going
panic.
to get fired.
Yeah,
Then
obviously,
that's what your mind goes to.
Yeah, that is immediately where my mind goes to.
You're not alone with that.
No,
I think a lot of people share that kind of fear because they're, you care about doing the right thing and a good thing. So it stands to reason that you're instantly going to assume you're in trouble if someone needs to talk to you.
Yeah, I think there is that. I mean, my job does involve me talking to a lot of people, which makes it far, far stranger. But I think I still feel a bit like it's a bit of a challenge to bring up. And it's interesting because you've very, very rarely brought any of that up. It's often been me finding that space for you to do it.
Agree.
And, it's like if you're away at something and I'll be like, okay, well, you're away. I don't want to take time away from you because that feels like my time with you is so precious. And I don't ever want you to think that I'm disposing of you and like putting you in a cupboard while I go and have my, get my kicks from something else.
So you just wait for me to have some kind of reason to not be here.
But it's
convenient.
Well, it's more that I don't want you to be sat at home twiddling your thumbs.
Right.
And
unless I offer.
Unless you offer. And that's where it's kind of difficult because I'm like, well, okay, this would be fun to do that. But also I don't really have like sexy chats with other women. So the opportunity doesn't, well, yeah, I know, but like it's the getting to that point where I can go, hey, this is a thing and involving you. And do you see what I mean? It just becomes a bit complicated.
Well, I don't have sexy separate chats either, but I manage it.
Well, you do have other chats with people.
Yeah, but they're not sexy.
Okay.
Trust me, they're not.
Oh, all right. But I guess...
They're normally about cats, Pokemon, stuff, food,
okay.
I don't know.
But at some point, you kind of go, hey, shall we have another date or something, right?
Yeah. Which
in itself is a sexy conversation, one assumes.
More often than not, those conversations have actually happened verbally.
Okay.
Genuinely. And they've either, and you can attest to this, they've either happened in your presence where we've already been having some kind of shared experience together.
Yeah.
And the conversation's cropped up and we've gone, oh, that'd be good. How about this? Or it's been at one of our events where I've actually managed to hear what someone's saying and had a conversation with someone that has then led to, oh, I'd actually really like to do this.
Okay.
So rarely has it been on a chat.
Okay.
If ever.
All right.
And it's genuinely been something that has been brought up when you're here.
See, interesting. So I find myself, this is the thing with me though, is that I'm a bit of a ideas person. They just pop into my head. I'm like, this sounds like a great idea. It's not that I've been like mulling it over for ages. It's just all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there is a day, there is this, we could do this. And I did that like this week and we'll come on to that. It just
but what led to that train of thought? I don't know, watching porn or something?
No, I really wasn't. And
watching Stranger Things.
So, to clarify, so I'm going on a solo date next week.
You are.
And but when I thought of that, when that idea popped into my head, because I was like, okay, this lovely lady is on holiday that day. I am on holiday that day. We are both free. We could do something. But then I also thought our other single lady friend might be available that day and she might like to do something with you because I know that you two had been talking about it.
Yeah,
so
we had, and you were aware of that. We'd already said we would like to have some kind of solo date in January.
Yeah. So
It is January next week.
so it was just literally, I was like, oh, we could do that. And then we could all catch up together afterward. Like, do you know what I mean? I was like, well, it popped into my head that was something that was possible. And then I thought, well, now I need to go and ask people.
So you hadn't already had a conversation
No.
with anyone else?
No.
It just occurred to you.
It just occurred to me, and I wanted to sound everybody out in a kind of like, I've had this mad space
It's not
madness.
a space madness.
It
It's
was-
just a day of a week for you.
I live in the space madness world. So I was like, well, what about this idea? Because I had to sound out her other half. I was like, well, what do you think about this idea?
Right.
And then I was like, well, I checked that our single lady friend was available as well. I was like, hey, what do you think about this idea? Like
Before I even knew about
before I
this.
even knew about it. And then I came back to you and was like, hey, what do you think about this idea? We can actually make this happen.
I love that you picked the moment when I was wrestling with my wardrobe, trying to leave the house in a hurry, and getting increasingly angry with the fact that everything kept leaping off coat hangers at me.
The problem is,
And you like that.
with you, there
Can
is.
I have a single day? And
No.
you can have one too. Like,
well,
can I have this conversation in 4 minutes? No.
well,
Go away.
Okay, so I got up relatively early and was walking the dog, and that's where it all sort of formed a plan, and where I was doing all
You
my
must have
messaging.
terrified people with an erection then on your dog walk.
I don't walk around with an erection outside of the house, probably. So yeah, so when I came in, I was like, well, I want to like give you that idea,
Right.
Because what I didn't want to do was just send you a text while you're at work,
Okay.
because there is no good time, according to you, ever to talk about these sorts of things unless we are literally sat in a restaurant and we've had a glass of wine or three.
Sounds lovely. Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you
Because
wait
we
till
weren't
then?
going to do that. That wasn't on the agenda. So I thought, well, then if I mention it now to you, it's not like a chicken and out way of
Okay.
messaging you on text or whatever, and then you going, well, I need to think about that. Instead, you told me you needed to think about it when...
Catch me unawares when I'm wrestling with some jeans.
But honestly, there is no good time to do it. So I was just like, well, I've been thinking about this. And then I was like, well, the reason I've been thinking about this is this. And also, I have checked, and you could do this if you fancy. And then you were like, I see. This is, and I think you were both sort of impressed at my tenacity and ingenuity, but also sort of like, well, you've clearly overthought this, and you've clearly like greased the wheels to make this happen. There was like both impressed and slightly disgusted at me, which is generally the feeling that most people have about me, I think.
Maybe.
So that's why I asked in that way. Anyway,
I see.
We have steered terrifically away from the concept of what 2025.
I just want to make you feel awkward, put you on the spot.
I'll put myself on your
You were
spot.
the one that said, I always feel a little bit shifty and a little bit awkward asking for a solo date.
I do.
because It makes me come across as a little bit of, I don't know, a sex mad perv. I don't know.
Hey, wife, having sex with you is great, but you know what's also great? Having sex with this other person. Can I go do that for a night, please? That's basically the conversation, which is, it feels, what I don't ever want you to do is think that I don't want you.
Right.
It's to think that I've not thought about you, is to take time away from us.
Okay.
And while sometimes we do take time away from us, I would much rather us, like we both have something going on because we both feel like people are interested and it's all happening at the same time and we're both having an awesome time. So I wanted to do that in that way because the idea of like you coming up to me and go, oh, well, I've booked this. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I mean, it doesn't sound so good, does it? I mean, and that would be the way that you present it.
That's not actually happened yet.
No.
I've not actually done that.
No, because
You're you're besmirching my good character there by assuming that's how I would do it.
normally, because I'm the one that's arranged things, you see, because I am, again, the ideas man. So I generate the idea and then I go, hey, I'm doing this. Why don't you do that? Because I don't want you to be sat there twiddling your thumbs because I know that when you have done that, like you've done that twice, I think. One time it didn't go that well.
Okay.
Because, well, that was actually when you and I think Secret Stag were together and you didn't have any
Didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, you had nowhere to go because we were in the house.
Yeah,
So-
we were both proper angry at that. That was weird.
So,
Agreed. That was not good.
yeah. And the other time, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But there's been at least a couple of times. There we go. That's my point. Well made. Thanks, Mr. H. You're the best. Anyway, back to 2025. Quick, go.
I've got a question for you about these solo dates.
Okay, go for it.
Given that we have now spent the better part of 2 years? Is it 2 years we've been?
Yeah, thereabouts, on and off.
I would
yeah.
say it's probably about
Yeah, about a year,
couple
I
of
think,
years,
yeah.
Having some solo adventures now.
Mhm.
Are you still of a mindset that you do not want me to have solo dates with men? Isn't not putting you on the spot. There's no right or wrong answer.
You
I'm just
keep
intrigued.
talking about my spot a lot on this, which is horrifying.
intrigued.
I'm more amenable to it now, I think,
Okay.
to the concept of it. I think we'd have to talk it through.
Right.
It's not an immediate hard no, which is probably where I would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it depends on the person. But then the same is true of all
the
of
same
our.
is true of any. I think that
yeah.
caveat applies to any of our solo
There are
dates.
a number of people that I would remove from the table just to spite them, really, more than anything else.
just to spite
just to hurt them.
to do your best finishing move of cutting off your lovely nose to spite your lovely
Well,
face.
it's not cutting off my nose; it's cutting off yours to spite their face, which is absolutely fine. No, I think I'm more amenable to the idea now than I was previously. I think that the challenge I have is that it's that you've never really been interested in men, and I think if we can't find that many men where you're interested in a couple situation, it's kind of like, well,
I mean, they're probably the same men, to be fair.
yeah, right,
Very small circle.
yeah.
And to be clear, you're right. There are not many men, but I am interested in. They're very, very few.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in pursuing in that way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do like playing with men
Yeah.
because I do.
No, I get that because otherwise you wouldn't be married to me, I
I'm
suspect.
just intrigued as to whether you still think my solo dates should be only women,
Well, I think
because that was kind of how you made it a more palatable thing to try. I think in the first place.
part of it was, because we were both interested in playing with women and having that time to ourselves, being inherently greedy. That's where that came from. I don't think you ever expressed an interest in playing with men up until like a little bit more recently. And even then it's not been a pursuit because like it hasn't been something that that you're driven towards.
I have mentioned it a couple of times, probably within the last 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
More than I had done.
Yes. So 2
Just to sound
times
you out,
in
really.
6 months.
Yeah.
So I
I don't want to keep going on about it because I don't want you to think that I'm driven by that.
No, I don't think you massively are. I think you have a passing interest in a couple of people that you'd like to see. I'd be happy to discuss it and talk about it and how that might work. But I think again, I think the occupado at home situation is probably the best way through that. It's like whoever's at home, as long as they're occupied and something's happening, then it's probably an easier pill to swallow. I think if I was just sat there, just like doing nothing at home, probably less good.
I can imagine you
But
wouldn't
also,
like that at all.
no. But also, I think you, and please tell me if I'm not right. I think you'd probably be more interested in having a threesome.
A threesome?
With another guy.
What a fabulous idea. Let's talk about it.
See, look at your face. Your little face is just lit up.
Well, funny enough, that was another question I was going to ask you.
Okay, this isn't about 2025
No, I
at all.
know.
We've not even got to
Well, no, we
26.
have talked about 2025, but we also wanted to talk a bit about solo adventures, and this is part of that. So
There was nothing in my notes
I
at
haven't
all.
read your notes, to be fair.
No, it says summary of Thrifty Shades. Best bits of
Excellent.
25.
Well, this
what's
is
on for 26.
right.
And 4-time social
Well, I'm
events.
pleading the Fifth Amendment here. I haven't read your notes. This is nothing to do with us.
I
It's my
read
last
them.
question.
Okay, go for it.
My last question.
All right, fine.
My question is this. In the solo date adventures, at any point have you considered both of us having dates? Well, I say dates because, maybe not dates, adventures.
Yeah.
Experiences with more than one person at the same time then. So if, for example, you had 2 women that went, oh, Mr. H, we'd absolutely love to take you off for the afternoon and ruin you.
It seems unlikely. I mean,
No, it doesn't.
it does seem unlikely.
I'm quite sure I can think of a handful of women who would relish the prospect of that.
Okay, so I think...
But the same for me, if I had, because that came up recently, someone did mention it.
Yeah, someone mentioned it to me, and I was about to say that. Someone mentioned that was something they were thinking about in regards to you. And I think I had a minor heart attack.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I think the thing with me is that like I have always an immediate emotional reaction, and then I need to ponder on things. I think that I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I suspect you would be far cooler to the idea, or far...
You saying I'm cool? Thanks, babe.
Yeah, right. It only took this so many years. for me
So
to say.
rarely do I hear this as a...
No,
phrase
you're
off
often,
your
in fact,
lips.
you're so cool, you're freezing
Thanks.
cold because
Oh.
you are at the moment. I don't know. I sort of struggle with the concept a little bit at the moment because I kind of think, well, if there's more people, why can't we do that together? This is about, if we're doing this for solo adventures, it feels a little bit like like the reason why we started doing that was that so we could have time with just another person. Do you know what I mean?
But then my group situation would just be women.
Yeah, well, you say that. I don't know that. That's not been necessarily established. So
True.
So I
But
do.
if it was.
But if it was, I don't know how I feel genuinely.
This
I
is
think
all hypothetical, by the way. I haven't actually lined up a whole party of women for myself.
no, I know,
yet.
I know.
Do you know
haven't.
this?
I think for me, it would be something that I need to sort of reflect on properly and give some sort of emotional weight to. I think my initial reaction was one of, what the fuck? How? What? How? What? Bleh.
But
That-
you, in theory, have your own.
Well, it's not. It's
situation.
no, not necessarily. I think I don't know that that's what I'm kind of like. It feels a little bit too much own separate adventure.
Okay.
And whilst I gather that is absolutely the point, I get that it feels very detached away around from what we've done up to this point.
Okay.
It's like you traipsing off to like an all ladies night or like a what women
Yeah.
want night or something, like
You're
whatever.
not keen on that, I know.
I'm like that's a lot for me to take in. Plus, I really dislike the level of unfairness of going only these sides of people in. That sort of rubs me out the wrong way. And I get why they exist. I understand it all, but that's fine. But that's just the way my mind works because I am at heart a child. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'd have to probably think about it all first. I know that you are, as I say, you are much cooler about this sort of stuff, and you're like, you can do what he wants to a certain extent.
I am actually, you're right. I am actually very cool about what you do.
And
I'm okay. As long as you're having a good time,
But that
and you're
is-
sensible, I'm okay.
but that's always been the case. Like you are the much more, it's only sex, go and, knock yourself out kind of approach a little bit. Whereas I'm the much more emotionally challenging one where I get hurt far easier and I chew things over and, like honestly, like just even talking about like relationships that have gone wrong, right? Like that hurts me and that will sit with me for a long time. And so I'm conscious that I am very, even like comments on fucking Reddit, right?
Oh, I know. they get to you.
It all gets to me quite substantially because I am a whirl of emotion. And that's a good thing in that I'm very in touch with how I feel. I'm very in touch about what's going on. I can be very empathetic, very sympathetic, and I try and think about all the different things. But at the same point, just a slight negative thing can cause me to spiral if it's not done in the right way. So for me, it's just part of it is about protecting myself because I don't want to be put in a position where I dislike you because of what has happened, because I have an emotional reaction to that.
Well,
It's not that I
dislike me
no,
either, so.
but it's not that I actually dislike you. It's that my emotional reaction will
override all.
will override all,
Yeah.
all the sensible, logic-y things that go on. So I think that's probably where my head's. I think it's not to say no, because I think if I look at what has been possible in the course of a year, then actually there's been a tremendous amount of change, and there's been a lot of growth and a lot of feeling comfortable and all this sort of stuff with different things. So actually, like I'm not saying an immediate no. The fact that I'm doing that feels to me like a step. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
If that makes sense.
I do.
So,
Back to 2025.
well, I think we've lost 2025. We've run out of time to talk about that bullshittery. Let's talk about 2026.
Cool.
Yeah. What do you want to do for 2026? What is it like?
A whole group of ladies.
A group of ladies. some
single men.
threesomes with guys, single men.
No. 2026. Right. I want us to, and I know you share this because we've already talked about it. I want us to plan out our year and make sure that we absolutely commit to a number of events.
Yes.
Together.
That was literally my idea.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Yes,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying I would like that to happen. So 2026, absolutely, we need to get on with it, commit to some dates in the sand and just do it.
Yeah.
Commit to them, book it, and then just, I think we'll feel a bit easier once we've done that.
I think so. So we're hoping in the next sort of few weeks, month or so, that will be able to confirm the events themselves. But
Yeah.
we're looking to do 4 social events throughout the course
Yeah.
of
I think
2026.
that feels manageable, not overkill.
And these are ones run by us. So I think we're
Yes.
looking to do something probably back to Birmingham at some point. Probably a Christmas one again, a free Christmas one. I think that was really fun
Yeah.
and really nice. And I enjoyed that. Plus, it was conveniently next to my birthday, which helped quite significantly. Hurrah for me. Happy birthday and extra presents. So, and then
Oh, we did an event around my birthday as well.
That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah, we need to do one in September then.
there we go. So maybe back to Birmingham and then maybe like a couple of others, maybe one local or maybe one less local.
Ah, no, I agree.
So I think if we've got those in the diary, then listeners or people that want to come along can plan.
Plan their year a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they know that they can't turn up well in advance,
And plus, we know there are so many other socials out there at
particularly
the moment.
local to us. I mean, there's tons.
Well, all over the place. But even the local ones branch out to different parts of the country. So,
Mm.
and I understand that, there's way more than when we first started doing our events. So, but, there's only so much water in the pond, right? You've got to make enough room for everyone to just do it in a way that we can all just get along. And plus, it's nice to go to the other events as well where we can and support. And it's nice to see other people who host events to come into ours. So hopefully we can all just try and coexist
I think that's the plan. And
without going out for competition and clashing with dates and things.
I think, part of it for me is about the local stuff. It's, I don't want to do too much local stuff because it's very convenient. But
For us.
for us, yeah, but it's less convenient for everyone else.
course.
But at the same point, I want to give people that listen around the country or whatever different opportunities to go to different things. And if they are local to us, then maybe they can travel to the places because we're traveling as well. And it just mixes things up.
It does.
And ultimately, I like these things to be a mix of people that listen to the podcast and local people that are just coming along to a social event for the night, which gives everyone a great chance to meet other people, get to know each other better, and sort of build those connections. Whereas I think your monthly local stuff, they don't drag in massively different people all the time, unless they significantly change the size of it. And I would much rather sort of let the local lot do that. That's great, but actually let us bring something different to it, whether that's different themes, whether that's something fun, whether that's just our brand of nonsense. It just feels like it's like, I don't want to overstretch us. Like 4 feels like doable. 3 is probably too little, and more than 4 is like
Probably
it's
hard work.
Probably hard work, and will give us no chance to go out and
Yeah.
do our thing.
I
So
agree.
I think that's kind of where we're at. So that's where that process came from. And I also think having them lined up from the start of the year really, really helps us promote them, gives you a chance, gentle listener, to kind of come along and book your stuff in. That's kind of where I'm at with it, right? So what else? 2026. What are you looking forward to? What's on the plan?
So I'm hoping to continue making some progress with this libido menopause thing.
Yep.
I'm quite invested in making this happen because I know I felt so much better with everything, and it's made such a difference to us and our adventures and stuff. So I'm keen to not take my foot off the pedal with that. So I've got, I'm waiting for an appointment with some people. So I'm focused on trying to keep that going.
Yeah.
I think, and not let it get back to where it was, which was miserable for everyone.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, it really was. I know it was, but I don't want to go back there. So that's another focus I've got going on.
Are there people outside of the people that we've already got arrangements
Right.
with that you would like to play with, kiss, or have a date with?
Oh,
Are there new people that you're
New
interested? New
people.
people, yes. Outside of the people that we meet with.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name them.
Okay. Well, I didn't expect you to.
But yeah, I think there's definitely more people that we've met recently that I would definitely get to know better.
Yeah.
To get to know better.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and I'm
fair.
assuming you would too.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question.
Oh,
No, so
there we
I
go
think
then.
it's been interesting over the last month or so. We've met some new people, which is quite cool. Well, not new people, but we've got to know like
Some people better.
people better, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting to know them even better in the future.
Yeah.
And speaking riddles, he does. But no, there is something fun and exciting about meeting the people that we haven't got to know before, but that we know, but we haven't really kind of had that relationship with before. And it feels quite exciting to be exploring that. And I think that will be something that's definitely for 26 for me. What else for 26?
So we haven't actually figured out any kind of holidays or travel yet.
It's because we're still paying for this year.
Probably because we're still paying for this year.
Fun times.
And I think it'd be nice to have something to look forward to, but I don't quite know yet what that is.
I reckon, right? Why don't we go to PDI and give that a whiz?
Oh my God. That's the Playa de los Ingles, right?
Yeah.
But I keep calling it public displays of affection or something.
Of information.
Of information. Yeah.
Which is basically what a podcast is.
Yeah. I'm happy to research and have a look. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in the world that we know seems to go there or has been there.
Yeah. But it's
and
somewhat different.
we've never actually been to Bristol Gardens Health Spa either.
We still have...
And that's only in Brighton.
Yeah.
We don't even have to get on a plane.
I like Brighton.
I know, we've never actually managed to get there.
I love going Brighton. Maybe we should get I think we need a gang of us to go to Brighton, like a swinger
here
crew.
we go.
Yeah, let's
We've
assemble.
tried to do this before.
Oh, I'm always trying to do this.
I know.
This is I love the Airbnb thing, like where we get a bunch of us together and do that.
I know.
But
And we actually have done that. We've just
yeah.
not managed to do it in Brighton yet.
Well, this is also true. So a bit of that. What else?
Yeah. I actually would like to see where all our solar play goes. I don't want to stop that.
Well, just as well, because we literally have a solo date on the 2nd.
In January.
2nd of January. I mean...
But, as I said earlier, I don't want that to kind of eclipse what we have and become the dominant focus of what we do, because I just want to make sure it's a nice enhancement and good to know that we have flexibility of doing it.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like we will continue to dabble in that.
What about pictures and videos?
What about
Well, we've talked a lot about that over the last month or so. Do you want to do more of that? Less of it? Want to continue to explore
I'll continue to explore. How about that?
Okay.
I wouldn't say I want to do more necessarily, but I'm happy to continue exploring that and perfecting it more.
Well, talking of pictures, right?
Yes.
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 So as of the time of recording, probably done by the time that I release this podcast into the wild, right? Now, we were due to go to an event.
We were going to go to an event.
Sort of like a play event that is happening near us.
Yes. And we have actually already booked hotel and got tickets.
Yes. And
because
then
we had all the things arranged.
Then our pet sitter, bless his cotton little socks, has injured himself. Yes. Hope he gets better soon, if you're listening.
Yes. But he is unwell and cannot help.
And cannot
at
pet
very
sit.
short notice.
Yes.
Well, quite short notice, actually.
Yeah.
It's too short notice to do anything about the
to
hotel.
do that much about it, yeah. So, and there are no family members around to support that can come in.
We have no alternative pet care.
You do not want to book any kind of rover-based activity, plus it's also a bit late. So because Yoko is getting on, she was 14, bless her.
This month,
and we want to make sure that she's as okay as possible.
Yeah, she's just too old.
Also, I think you were a little bit on the fence about this particular event.
I agree.
I think because it's not an event that we've been to, and because there's not a bunch of people, many people going that we know.
People going that we know.
Not many.
Possibly not enough to make me extra excited about going, for one. But also, I'm just not keen.
Okay.
On the concept.
All right. So
I'm not as interested as you were.
So with that in mind, you kind of said, well, why don't I go by myself?
Yeah, and this was completely my suggestion. Whether or not you were thinking of asking that, I don't know. My initial question was, can you get a refund on the hotel? No.
We could have moved the hotel date.
No, but we don't have a date to move it to. So...
But we could have moved it to the 30th of January or whatever, and then moved it again.
I don't think you can keep doing that. Anyway, the point is, I approached you and said, look, I've got a solution.
Yeah.
Because I will not let the dog not have any pet care. So, and because I was slightly about going, I suggested that you go along to this event, but you wouldn't really be alone because our lovely single lady friend is going.
Okay. And you'd already had this conversation with her at this point as well.
I'd sound her out. I'd literally I asked you first. Genuine. And
you just used genuine with me.
Genuine. Legit.
Genuine. Legit.
I asked you first, and then I asked her just for some thoughts around, in the event that, we agree that we'll do this instead, would he be cramping your style, for example? He doesn't want to gate crash your
No, I don't.
planned activities. And she was like, absolutely, would be a pleasure to accompany him and introduce him to the event because she'd been before. So
So,
it happens.
so
it
the-
feels like serendipity.
well,
It does.
It does,
I like
perhaps.
the idea of you still having the opportunity to go.
so what are your rules
Yeah.
around me going to this event?
Do you think I have any?
Yes.
I do have one very, very firm one, which I've already told you.
So I am not allowed to stay the night with
You-
anyone, in fact, in the hotel.
I do
So
not
she
want
has
you
her
to
own hotel
sleep.
room. No, it's not to
As
sleep.
in the biblical sense, I don't want you to go to sleep in the same bed as somebody.
So as long as I'm continuing to have sex, we
Are
can
you
stay in
gonna-
the same room.
Fine. If you're going to be pedantic, yes, have sex till 8 a.m. You absolute buffoon. If you really think you can do that,
I don't think that I can. I just want to make sure that that there was-
semantics of the rules.
Yes, exactly. I have figured this out. I have
yeah,
hacked my way through
fine.
the system.
I,
So,
I
okay.
don't want you spooning, sleeping, cuddling, having intimate kind of sleepy times with another person in
Okay.
your bed.
All right.
That would not make me very happy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That
and you're
does,
happy with
that
that?
does indeed make sense.
You wouldn't like it if I did it, right?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I didn't think so. But just so we're on the same page.
So in terms, and I don't think that's a friend's style
And
either,
you
to be
you
fair.
both have a hotel room there, so there's no reason for it to happen.
So in terms of the event, because it is a play event,
I know.
what's your thought on that?
well,
Because
I'm assuming you're going to have sex with someone.
but
Well, I
Do-
know you
do-
will have sex with someone.
does that matter who?
You've already arranged to have some pre-sex before you go into the event.
I did not arrange that. That was literally sent to
Didn't
to
say
us.
it came from you.
No.
I'm just saying I'm aware of it. So obviously there will be some sex happening, and I'm
Hang on.
giving you the green light that is okay.
I'm assuming that I was invited to that sex. It was just said that pre-sex was to be had. So I may be a bit presumptuous on this front. However,
I mean,
yes,
we hadn't actually. You're right. We hadn't actually talked about whether you were going to have sex with anyone anyway.
there we go.
And then that popped up. I was like, cool. Guess you're having sex then. However, it would be churlish of me, I think, to say, why didn't you go to this play event as a single guy? Well, not a single guy, but you know what I mean.
Well, I also
go
have-
alone.
I also
with-
have to
with-
let the people running it
Yeah,
know.
they'll be fine. Because it's not like our intentions were for you to go as a single guy.
Yeah, but if someone
And you
did that
paid
to
for a
us,
couple's ticket. And
If-
yes, you're going to be open and honest with them.
Yeah.
That's fine. But you will obviously have some people with you that can be, you know, your companions that night. And so it'd be silly of me to assume you were going to go to this and just not do anything with anyone. Because what's the point of going?
I just might be making friends.
Bullshit. You're not just turning up and making friends,
I might be.
chatting about the weather.
I might be. It's
Really?
very cold outside, isn't it? Delightful day we're having. How long have
all
you?
our friends, don't mind him. He's just being weird.
How long have you been in the lifestyle?
Oh my God. Yeah, good luck with that.
It's fine. I've got my conversation. Let's
Conversation
talk
cards.
about philosophy.
Try talk about Transformers. It's much more your wheelhouse. And you'll probably find some fellow nerd that will chat shit with you about Transformers.
Maybe, but that's not the best like sexy move to lead in with.
Hey, do you want to, I don't know, roll out with me or something? Is that a thing?
Are you a Transformer?
say?
Because I think you are Optimus Fine.
Fuck's sake, do you have to come up with that? That's weird. if you said that to me, I'd probably be all right with it.
Yeah.
But that's because I knew. Oh God. There's just a whole load of, I could just see them like pun-based Transformer chat-up lines coming now.
But can you? No, I can't. I can't imagine
there's
any.
so many.
No?
I know there's many. I can just feel them.
Can you?
I know
Please,
way too much
please
about
feel them.
Transformers now. God.
I think I'm going to swoop in with a Transformers pun.
Oh, here we go. There
What?
it is. There it is.
No, don't be a
There's
snag.
one. Stop while you can.
Stop snarling at me now. This is the thing. Anyway, right. So I'm going to an event tomorrow.
Yes.
You are staying at home, guarding the pets.
Guarding the pets.
Guarding the pets. But I also think that you are very happy about this situation because you get to
I'm
be
not mad about it.
no, you get to be tucked up. You're probably going to order yourself some food in or something.
Oh, no, I'm not going to order food.
Are you going to cook food?
Fuck no. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm not going to order anything. When do I have a cook?
That's what I mean. That's why you're going
I
to
don't
order
cook
food.
for you, let alone myself.
Oh, I know. So you're going to order some food in. That's what I meant. Like you're going to get a
No.
delivery in, like a
No.
like a bit of Mexican food or something in there.
I haven't really thought about it.
Oh, okay. Get yourself a nice curry.
I'll go and forage.
Oh God, no! It'll just be a beige buffet.
No, no, this is not sexy. This is not your problem. Don't worry about me. I'll figure it out.
I mean, I'm very worried about you. I've seen you cook. I don't want you to die.
You won't see me cook, don't worry.
Please don't cook.
I will forage for something during the day.
Nuts and berries outside.
Consume it later on.
Okay, all right, fine.
I'll have a cheeky little glass of wine.
Cheeky little wank.
What? How do you know? Obviously. Glass of wine.
But this is where we're going when we
I'm
start
talking about my wine.
Okay, all right, your
Have
wine.
a glass of wine with whatever I foraged, and I will think of you.
It's very nice of you.
You're going to have dinner.
Yeah, I am going to go have dinner.
Pre-event dinner.
Pre-event dinner. Apparently.
And are your intentions that you would like to have sex with people when you are there?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know the event well enough.
So you may not have sex there, but you might have sex at the hotel afterwards.
Yeah, maybe.
And before.
Yeah.
Before and after.
I'm not a monster, but do you want, if we do have sex,
yes.
do you want pictures?
Obviously not at the event.
No, we wouldn't be able to do that. No.
Excuse me while I just set up this tripod. My wife will be really mad if I don't get some footage.
Or do you want your standard pictures of dinner?
No, I mean, I always want pictures of dinner because I like to know you're having a good time.
Okay.
However, I'm definitely more open now to. I felt quite included last time.
Okay, so maybe some pictures, maybe not.
And because I'm actually not doing anything at all, I've got no plans of anyone else, for example. Not what I did last time.
You're just going to watch murder porn on Netflix. I know you are.
I'm more amenable, I think, to having that sense of inclusion again.
Okay.
Which I think would be quite nice. I don't want to spoil your evening by demanding things, but I would, at some point, like you to think about me and maybe send me something.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Not a shit in the post.
No.
Okay. All right. We shall figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm sure between us we can figure that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Okay. We shall sort that
Now,
for you.
what if you happen to have sex with other people? Because at the moment I'm just assuming, and it could be an incorrect assumption, that you're probably going to have sex with the person I know.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other people going.
There are other people going. One hopes, because it's going to be a very quiet event with just the two of us.
Do you have an appetite to have sex with different people?
And this is what I was sort of saying about the event. I don't know the event well enough to know the environment, and I only know one or two people that are going.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to presume in that regard. So I think I'm not discounting the idea of that, but I'm not going in with that purely in mind. I think for me, this is a different group of people that we wouldn't normally sort of see, because we haven't been to these events before. So it's an opportunity to go and meet new people potentially.
And what if you met some people? Because typically we meet couples, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when we're together at these events, that's what we typically do. But as you're going alone,
Yeah.
arguably there's an opportunity for you to be approached as a single guy. What if you're approached by a couple as a single guy?
I'm not
Can
particularly...
I pour wine, please? Will it make a noise?
Well, you're asking on the podcast, so
Yeah,
yes.
I'm asking everyone.
Yeah, go on, do it
Will
now.
you mind if I pour wine?
I'm sure no one will mind particularly.
Merry Christmas. Merry Boxing Day.
It'll probably cut it out because, I'll do some editing around it so people won't
I did that so quietly.
Did you?
I'm going to pour some for you as well.
Oh, that's even better. Well, since we've only got like 5-6 minutes left on this episode,
Right.
my take, I don't honestly know. And I'm not envisaging that happening as a thing. Probably because it's never been asked of me before.
Well, I know, but it might be.
But it might be. But it's not something that I'm going out to seek. And it's not something that I'm necessarily sort of driving to find. But yeah, I'm struggling to put myself in the position because it's just so far out of what we've done.
You won't struggle to put yourself in a position should it happen, I'm sure.
I'm sure I wouldn't.
Especially if it's 2 a.m. You do your best work then.
Well, you did literally buy me
I literally did.
stamp and a T-shirt that says
I
that.
did.
So my take is that I think I'm open to the idea, but I hadn't given it any consideration because that's not what we typically look for. And it's not what I've ever been asked to do before.
And plus we haven't really talked about that.
No. So I think you probably quite like the idea of me doing that.
I don't know as yet. I don't know. I think the idea of you having sex with people I've never met might be a step too far. I don't know. I don't think you'd like it. You'd probably freak out.
Well, and I think that's the challenge of it. So we are going to a play party.
I know.
And there are obviously going to be people there that we don't know because
Yeah.
out of the 200 and whatever it is that are going, I know 4. So
Yeah. Might be a bit weird though for you to come home and say, yeah, I had sex with 5 women you've never met. Like, fuck. I don't know how I feel now.
well, I can assure I won't be 5.
That's quite a leap from where we've been, right?
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily anticipating that. I don't think I'm sort of in a space where I'm sort of. I think if I get to the point where I'm like, hey, I've had sex with someone that you don't know, I don't think I think I would like draw the line at that. I don't think it'd be like, hey, and then another person, then another person, then another person. Do you know what I mean? Like that seems, and this is taking a lot.
He's broken the seal, everyone.
No,
Come on over.
Yeah, this is a lot of assumption on my level of popularity or people being interested. Because traditionally, I find it hard to think of one person being interested in me. So, the idea of that seems to be out there. I would be surprised if things presents itself.
Okay.
I really would. I won't, I don't want to stop myself from having fun, but at the same point, I think that there needs to be a line where I kind of go, well, okay, this is probably too much and I need to take myself away from a situation just because if it was you doing that, then I'd probably be broken. But equally, like you going to a play event by yourself would probably break me anyway.
Yeah.
So
No,
I think,
I would agree.
yeah, so you are probably more advanced than I regardless and probably
Nice.
better equipped to deal with it.
What I'm hearing once again, is that I'm cooler than you.
Oh, I've never said that. You've never been cooler than me.
I'm more advanced.
You are more cold than me, both
Oh.
as a human and in temperature.
Says Mrs. H, staying home to stay with the aged pet rather than going to a sex club.
My
Brilliant.
aged pet would have been fine
That
overnight.
makes me really heartless, doesn't it?
To animals is one thing. To people, it's absolutely another.
Yeah, you're right there.
You
Do
your-
anything for animals.
Your
Fuck people.
resting bitch face is so strong that people can see it 7 years in the future. That's how strong it is.
Never with animals, though.
No, because you like animals.
I do.
Unless, right, they're a monkey.
Oh, I'm not pet sitting any monkeys.
Do you like monkeys?
No,
Oh, how do you feel about them?
I don't like them.
What about the birds that you don't like?
Birds?
Yeah,
They don't need pet sitting, but I don't like birds very much.
there we go. You
Apart
only like the
from
cool,
a few.
like the cool ones, like owls, vultures,
Crows.
crows. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about a nice chuffinch?
That's a bit birdy.
Sparrow. What about a sparrow?
No. Owls, though, definitely.
All right. Okay. See,
Anyway, let's step away from this ornithological feature and focus on
I'm
what
Birdman.
we're talking about.
Okay.
Birdman was a great film.
it was a very, very good film.
Such a good film.
Keaton was on form. Anyway, it's not a film review show, as you said
No.
at the start. So, what I want to say is, I'm really looking forward to going.
Good.
I am glad that you're okay.
Yeah, of
Obviously,
course.
I'll
Wouldn't
check
offer
it.
otherwise.
Well, I know you wouldn't have done, and I know the fact that you've offered is better than me coming to you and asking.
I
'cause
actually think it'd be very good for you.
do you? So I can learn disappointment on a massive scale.
No.
Quite possibly.
I think it'd be good for you to just practice your social skills, without me having a resting bitch face next to you.
Do you know
'Cause
what?
I think very often it's probably me that makes people not want to approach.
Well, no.
You're like, oh, yes, it's probably
Nah,
quite true.
No. So
Glad you bought this.
well, interestingly, so our 50 Shades of Grey event, I
Oh,
don't
that
know
was
what I'm
great.
talking like a robot, but from the East End, that's fine. So we didn't spend a massive amount of time together.
No, I agree. We were off
We were
each.
we were
I often
working
saw your head bobbing around at intervals, or I could see you sitting over there with people.
we were
but-
working the room together, and there were
Yeah.
people that I've not spoken to that I really wanted to speak to because I keep seeing them at different events and not having that conversation.
Same.
So
I
I
think we
worked
both did very well.
really hard to sort of integrate in that way.
I saw you integrating many times.
What? Why are you casting these aspersions
It's
on
not an
me?
aspersion. It's absolute fact.
But I think it was an interesting one in that we did spend some time together. And we in fact ended the night by dancing to DuckTales,
We
which was
did.
gorgeous, an absolute gorgeous moment. But I think we did a very good balance of kind of going out there, chatting to people, being with them, and then coming back together and then going off and doing our separate thing. And actually, we probably need to get better at doing that at someone else's events rather than being at events where we're
Maybe
hosting.
that's the missing link. Rather than trying to meet people as a couple, we just go off and divide and conquer.
Well, I think that's absolutely fine.
I kept popping up every now and then with a Negroni for you.
I know, that was
Did you enjoy that?
Yes, it was delightful. And at one point I had a queue of
You
Negronis.
had 3 drinks.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it
fuck
was
off, I'm going to drink this myself then.
I think that the challenge is, if we go to other events, is that your natural response is to sit with people that you know rather than going.
I didn't.
chapter.
I went round the whole thing with
You did an event,
cake.
yes, but at the previous event, you 1000% sat yourself in a corner and pretty much refused to move. So I think there is a, how do we transpose approach to our own events to approaches at everyone else's
I'd
events?
take free cake.
Maybe with
hand
my
it
face on
out.
it, which was
Yeah,
a
that
delight.
was
Thank you for the
glorious.
wonderful lady that made cakes of me. It was absolutely delightful.
There's a
So
disturbing amount of images of women with your face in their mouth.
yes, there is. So what I loved, the conversation went thus. She made cakes for your birthday. I made a
She
cake
did.
for your birthday. Beautiful labyrinth cake, like really nice,
Absolutely
really
tremendous.
like look great. And then she said, I will make Mr. H something for his birthday. What does he like the most? Himself. And then proceeded to make cakes with
That was the
pictures of me.
conversation I had with her.
Yeah. So
and I was like, you're absolutely right. Those cake toppers are tremendous. They
That-
are absolutely, he will love looking at himself being eaten by other people.
yes, and so there are a plethora of wonderful pictures with people with my face in their mouth. So I guess that's a thing now. So, I'm going to live with that. Anyway, so in short then, 2025,
Yes.
mixed but broadly good and definitely ended on a high.
Like a weather forecast.
Yes. With shades of testosterone coming in towards the end of the year, clouding Mrs. H's
Yeah,
sex
absolutely
drive.
Lots of
Mixed-
precipitation towards the end of the year.
Lots of,
Fog
scattering.
lifted.
Scattering of solo dates throughout the course of the year
Yeah.
coming in. As we look towards 2026, what we can see are some solo adventures immediately as the new year is rolling in, followed by a small number of social events that we are planning throughout the course of the year, and a number of events that we're planning to go to and be better at socializing with. We're looking at exploring different options with different people and including perhaps some different makeup in terms of the sort of people that Mrs. H is looking for, be they men, more men, or 52 women at once. As the clouds of the end of 2026 come in, we should be looking back at a successful year.
Should be.
Should be. Hopefully it's another year with Yoko. That is my absolute top priority, is to make sure that dog is fine, because she's old and she needs the attention. Speaking of which, I want to make the same thing with you, Mrs. H.
Because I'm old and I need the attention.
Yeah. As I ebb ever closer towards 50.
Before kicking the bollocks, yeah. Because I'm sitting right opposite you. Might want to rethink this.
And that was how Mr. H died on his weather report for the year. I'm so sorry. Yes. And in summary also, Thrifty Shades of Grey, absolute Bedhoppers classic event. I feel really proud of what we achieved. I love the event. People really gave back to charity, got their events. Got their
cracking
clothes,
outfits.
cracking outfits, great effort. So if you've been with us this year and listening now, you probably have been. I just want to say thank you for your support, for listening, for all the patron people, and just for really hanging around and being part of crazy madness. Mrs. H, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'm going to get some of these amazing people to be my spies tomorrow.
What? Oh, I see. Where has this come from?
Caw. He's on woman number 7. I'm joking.
No, it's okay. I'm going to play with the dude just while you're not there.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. You'd
What?
do it to spite me, wouldn't you? You bloody would as well.
What?
Just to piss me off.
Simple joke. And she's gone savage, folks.
Just to piss me off.
Right, before my death, Mrs. H, do you think?
Well, thank you for hopping into our bed.